Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Womanpreneur Blueprint, the podcast where we keep it real about business, freedom, and designing a life on your terms. I'm your host, Lori Robertson, and today we're diving into a topic that holds so many women back from starting their dream business: the myths about online business and how to overcome them. Now, if you've ever thought starting an online business is too hard, too risky, or only for the tech savvy people, then this episode is definitely for you. We're going to break down the biggest misconceptions that keep women stuck and how you can push past that fear, that doubt, and overwhelm to build a business that actually works. So grab your coffee, your journal, and let's get into it. So, we're going to start with myth number one. You ready? You need a huge following to make money. One of the biggest lies out there is that you need thousands of followers before you can start making money online. I used to believe this too. I thought, who's going to buy from me if I don't have a huge audience? But let me tell you, it's not about the numbers, it's about the connection. What you really need is a clear message that speaks to the right people. You need a simple, effective way to serve and sell, and then you need consistency in showing up and adding value. Now, there are women out there making six figures with fewer than 1,000 followers because they know how to connect and convert. So if you've been waiting to grow your audience before you start, stop waiting. Start now, okay? Now, let's go on to myth number two. You need to be an expert before you start. Listen, sis, if you've been an expert was a requirement, none of us would ever start. I wasn't an expert when I began. I was just a woman who had learned something valuable and I wanted to share it with others. And that's all you need to get started. Instead of thinking, I need to know everything first, I want you to shift your mindset to, I only need to be one step ahead of the people I'm helping. I can learn as I go, just like everyone else. And my journey, mistakes, and experiences are what make me relatable. People don't want perfection. They want realness. Your audience needs you right where you are, sharing what you know now. Now, I remember when I first started out, I would scroll through social media and see other women killing it in their businesses. They had the success, the confidence, the income. There I was struggling to get my first few sales. I thought, well, maybe I'm just not as good as them. Maybe I didn't know enough. Maybe I needed another course, another certification, another few months of just figuring it out. And that doubt, wow, it just crushed me. It made me hesitate, second guess everything, and ultimately I quit. I walked away, convinced that success was only for those women and not for me. I went back to a 9 to 5, back to what felt safe, but deep down, I knew I wasn't happy. The calling to build something on my own never went away. It wasn't until I changed my mindset that everything shifted. I stopped comparing my beginning to someone else's middle. I stopped believing I had to be the expert and started believing that I already knew enough to help someone else. That's when everything turned around for me, because if they could do it, I could do it too. And so can you. Now let's jump to myth number three, because I know you can relate to what I just said. But let's go on to myth number three. Starting an online business is expensive. That's another myth that holds people back in the belief that you need a ton of money to start an online business. Well, let me tell you, that's just not true. And boy, do I know that. I built my business using low-cost tools, free resources, and a whole lot of determination. You don't need fancy websites, expensive ads, or a big team to get started. What you do need is, let me share this with you. You need a simple offer that solves a real problem, a way to reach people, social media, email, and networking, to say the least. Okay, there are more, but that's some simple ones that you can start with, and a willingness to learn and take action. You can literally start today with little to no upfront costs using platforms and tools that are free or low cost. The only real investment that you must make is in yourself, your knowledge, your mindset, and having consistency. Now, how do you want to combat fear, doubt, and overwhelm? Okay, now, that's something I want to touch on. Now that we've busted these myths, let's talk about the real enemy: fear. Fear of failing, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. For me, fear was the biggest thing that held me back for years. I was terrified of putting myself out there. I worried about what people would think, especially my family and friends. Would they judge me? Would they laugh if I failed? Would they think I was crazy for chasing my online dream business? Now, I really don't care. But that fear, that doubt, it did paralyze me, and it can paralyze you if you let it in. But I had to make a choice: stay stuck in fear or push through anyway. I had to remind myself daily that no one else was responsible for my success but me. The woman I looked up to, they felt the same fear, but they didn't let it stop them. And I wasn't going to let it stop me either. And I shouldn't say woman, the women, all of the women I know now felt exactly the same way in the beginning. So here's how you can push past it. I want you to take some messy action. Don't wait till it's perfect. Start now. Tweak as you go. Then I want you to surround yourself with the right people. Find you some mentors, communities, and women who uplift you. Then I want you to remember why you started. Every time you doubt yourself, go back to your vision, your dreams, your goals, your desires. They are worth the discomfort of growth. Then I want you to trust the process. Success is built in the daily habits, not overnight riches or miracles. Stay consistent and the results will come. And what I want you to also do is when you remember your why, write it down. Keep it in front of you, right? So that you can see every single day why you got started in the beginning. For me, it was my kids. I wanted to give them a life that I've always wanted. I wanted to stay at home with my youngest child. I wanted to travel. I wanted to have money to do any and everything that I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to go to her events, be there when she does her tennis, when she did her cheerleading, anything that she wanted to do, I wanted to be there. So that's what I want you to do. Write it down, keep it in front of you, and stay consistent. All right, sis, you've got everything you need to stop believing the myths and start stepping into your power. The only thing standing between you and your dream business is the decision to go for it. If this episode spoke to you in any way, my goal for my podcast is for you to just take action, stand on your own, be in your own power and not be afraid to let anybody know or see what it is that you're doing. So take a screenshot, share this on social media and tag me. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaways. And if you're ready to take the next step, check out the links in the show notes for my masterclass courses and the exact blueprint I use to go from stuck to six figures. Now, I didn't leave it in the last episode, so forgive me for that. But from today going forward, I will be leaving them in my show notes. So thanks for hanging out with me today on the Womanpreneur Blueprint. Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and never settle for less than the life you were meant to live. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.